Personal log entry 142. I can sum up living on the Pridwin in 4 words. I miss field assignments. Don't get me wrong, the research we're doing is exciting stuff, but life on this ship is a nightmare. I'm trapped in this metal tube 18 hours a day. I still can't decide who smells worse, the soldiers or the mole rats. And what passes for conversation among the grunts makes mutants seem scholarly. I'm gonna speak to Proctor Quinlan. Field scribes cannot have it this bad.
Attention. Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been postponed. A new time and date will be forthcoming.
There. That should hold.
Thank you, sister.
You know, we wouldn't have to worry about them getting out if they weren't on the ship.
Your concerns are noted, Scribe. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you. Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything. I refuse to be held responsible if you're injured.
Are all these creatures yours?
Well, they're an important part of my research, if that's what you mean. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X.
What do you mean, crack the code?
The genetic code. The DNA sequences that are in every living thing. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. Instead of decades, I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway.
This sounds unethical. You're changing the building blocks of life.
I agree that I might be skirting the line between what's ethical and what isn't, but in order to protect our troops, I'm willing to take that risk. I wish I could show you a sample of the compound, but unfortunately I've hit a stumbling block preventing me from synthesizing a sample. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth.
Will I get some of that new compound you're developing?
If I make a breakthrough, you'll be the first person I give it to. After I've tested it on myself, of course. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind.
Outright me or not, don't touch the experiments. Please, ma'am. Not now, ma'am. There's science to be done. The Institute giving machines free will? My programming says that's monstrous. Technology's in good hands with the Brotherhood. I know. The ends justify the means when it comes to freeing the Commonwealth. This science won't know what hit it.
Reporting for duty, ma'am!
You know the mission?
I'm to observe as you purge an area of undesirables to cleanse the Commonwealth, ma'am.
Stay close, kid. You'll do fine.
Thank you, ma'am. I've marked the location for you, ma'am.
Reporting for duty, ma'am.
What's the mission?
Search and retrieve research patrol, ma'am. I collect data, you watch my back.
Let's do this.
Roger that. Here's the location. I'll follow your lead, ma'am.
I wish they'd let me have a gun. Proctor Tegan just laughed at me. It's not every day they let us squires out into the field.
Over here! Over here! Another victory for the brothers.
Hold up. I think we're being stalked.
Don't think twice about messing with the Brotherhood after...
Right here!
Yahoo? After today, it's gonna be hard to go back to patrolling the Pridwin. Go get him!
Stand down.
Soon, I'll graduate tonight and get to take on missions like this on my own.
Continued hostilities is not advised. Enemies are being dispatched.
Sound, what is it?
Government damage.
Mission complete. Ready to report back.
Safety's off!
Think twice about messing with the Brotherhood after this.
Going weapons cold.
You were a... I don't see why that was quite the experience, ma'am.
You always this enthusiastic?
Only when I get to learn from the best, ma'am.
War isn't a game, kid. Let's get out of here.
Pardon me, ma'am. I let my excitement get the better of me, ma'am.
Now that's
quite
what I
dashing
call
in
locked
that.
and loaded.
Lancer Captain Kells said it's gonna take a lot of hard work and discipline if I want to be as good as you. Can't believe I was lucky enough to get this assignment.
You aboard, ma'am. Your weapon is locked and loaded. Good hunting. Stand by for landing.
Continue the hostilities is not advised. Why is everything so dangerous up here?
Captain Kells?
Continue the hostilities is not advised.
Welcome back, Knight. Report. Did our squire do well out there?
Roger that.
Good work. The experience will go a long way. Here, for your efforts. We can always use your skills when it comes to training our squires. Exemplary work at Fort Strong, soldier. Those are exactly the sorts of skills we want to develop in our young squires. What would you say to taking another under your wing?
What exactly do I have to do?
A squire will be assigned to you. He or she will be following your every move. Learning by example, if you will. Together you'll be assigned a location to clear abnormal sentience.
Why is
I'm talking about
everything so
ghouls,
dangerous?
synths, even those delusional children of Adam. It's both simple and effective. So, are you in?
I don't have time for that.
These squires need a strong influence like you. Should you reconsider, you know where to find me.
Odds of your success are virtually nil.
Finished your mission?
Yes, sir.
Good. And here, for your troubles. There's plenty of material out there, so let me know if you're still interested in lending a hand.
Neither. Not right now.
How disappointing.
Late for muster one more time. Captain Kells is gonna have me do 100 push-ups.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight?
Yes. Here you go.
Thank goodness. I was running low and didn't want to draw any more samples from my specimens. Here's some caps for the trouble.
Naraya.
I've done it, Knight. I've created the compound.
So it works?
I tested it myself. It's much more potent than Rad-X, and it doesn't appear to have any ill side effects. I've decided to call it the X-111 compound. I thought it was fitting. Here, I already made you some samples to take with you. If you want me to continue synthesizing the compound, I'm going to need more blood samples. Just keep bringing them to me and I'll do the rest.
This science won't know what hit it.
Hey.
Where do you want me?
Paladin dance.
There's still that off-the-record matter I'd like to discuss. Do you have time now?
Off the record? That's not like you, Dance.
Which is why this is going to be difficult to say. So I'd appreciate it if you bear with me. When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious reservations about it. Despite all that, this has turned out to be a rewarding experience. For both of us. At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about being a Brotherhood soldier that you don't already know. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions that you intend to keep those ideals close to your heart.
You're beating around the bush. Is there something you're trying to tell me?
Is it that obvious? I've never been very good at these things. Let me start at the beginning. I grew up alone in the capital wasteland. Spent most of my childhood picking through the ruins and selling scrap. When I was a bit older and had a few caps to my name, I moved into Rivet City and opened a junk stand. While I was there, I met a guy named Cutler. We got along pretty well. Watched each other's backs and kept each other out of trouble. When the Brotherhood came through on a recruiting run, we felt like it was a way out of our nowhere lives. So we joined up.
Rivet City? Must be post-war. Because I've never heard of it.
You're right. It was a settlement, built inside the remains of a beached aircraft carrier. One of the safest places to live in the capital wasteland, until the Brotherhood arrived. It was the perfect location for me to try my hand at being a merchant.
I have a hard time picturing you as anything but a soldier.
Clearly, I was ignoring my calling. Anyway, about a year after we were posted to the Prydwen, Cutler vanished on a scouting op. It took some convincing, but I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble a squad and search for him. It took almost 3 weeks, but we tracked his team down to a super mutant hive. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered everyone but Cutler. He should have been so lucky. The mutant bastards used their FEV to change him into one of their own kind. He wasn't Cutler anymore. I had to... It was my duty to put him down.
Are you sure there wasn't anything you could do to change him back?
The FEV effect is irreversible. There was nothing anyone could do.
I can't believe you'd do that to him.
I didn't have a choice. Ever since Cutler died, I've seen other soldiers come and go. Some were brave, some were honest. Hell, some were even downright heroic. But I'd never considered any of them to be a good friend. A friend like Cutler was. Until now. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond with someone, then losing them. It changes you. I don't want to go through that again.
Well, there goes my dream of being reborn as a super mutant.
Glad to have changed your mind. I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate the fact that you took the time to listen.
Doctor, my friend here needs your help.
Oh? I'm not a mechanic. What could she possibly want from me?
Greetings, Doctor. I wish to download my data and core programming into a human brain.
You want what? Is she serious?
Curie has a lot of pre-war research data, but she can't continue her work as a robot.
Why not?
There are fundamental limitations in my robotic systems. I have no capacity for the human trait of inspiration.
I've never considered anything like you're proposing. It's an interesting problem. The memories wouldn't be hard. We translate those from the brain to computers and back all the time here. It's how the loungers work. Her personality, though. All the extra pieces of robotic programmed decision-making. A normal organic brain wouldn't know what to do with them. A synth brain, on the other hand, well, it's already somewhere between the two.
What do you know about synths?
To be clear, it may not work. But some synths have cybernetic enhancements that interface directly with their brains. The Institute must have found an interpreter for raw data. That's my hope, at least.
You're not suggesting I won't kill a synth.
I'm suggesting nothing of the kind. Allow me to explain. I've worked on synths before, giving them memory wipes so they can live a life free of the Institute. But the procedure isn't always successful. If something goes wrong, it can leave them in a brain-dead state. Living, but with no cognition. I know a caretaker for one of these brain-dead synths. If they're willing, we could try transferring your friend's consciousness into her.
So you're willing to perform the operation?
My patient knew the risks and opted for memory replacement. She wanted a new life. I failed her. But this procedure may be as close as I can get to fulfilling her wishes. But I cannot make this decision. Her caretaker can. Give me a day to get in contact with them. They are understandably cautious, but I think they'll hear me out.
I will stay with the doctor. Assuming all goes well, I want to be ready for the procedure.
The caretaker should get back to me soon. She's not one to wait.